Most men believe they can read women, but here's the uncomfortable truth. A woman doesn't need to scream or argue to reveal what she really thinks of you. She does it in the quietest ways, in the phrases she uses, in the little comments that seem harmless at first. And if you're not paying attention, you'll miss the warnings that can save you years of wasted time. That if you've ever been in a relationship and she said certain things to you, I don't care how much you love her, how beautiful she is, or how badly you want to make it work, you need to listen closely. Because these aren't just casual words. They're signals. They're windows into how much she truly respects you. And once respect is gone, love doesn't matter. Psychology is brutally clear on this point. A woman can love a man and still leave him. But she will never leave a man she respects. Think about it. She tells you you're too sensitive. Sounds small, right? Almost like she's teasing. But what's really happening? You've shared a feeling, maybe a boundary. Instead of addressing it, she flips it back on you. Suddenly, you're the problem. That's not innocent playfulness, that's her dodging responsibility. Psychology calls this a form of microgaslighting. Over time it's deadly, because you start doubting yourself. Imagine waiting at a restaurant for 40 minutes. She strolls in without a call. You calmly say, I don't like being kept waiting. Instead of apologizing, she smirks, you're too sensitive. That's not just a comment. That's her testing if your boundaries matter. And if you let it slide, you teach her that your feelings don't count. A woman who respects you won't mock your emotions. She may disagree, but she will never laugh at your voice. Then there's the comparison game. She says you should be more like someone else. Maybe her coworker, maybe her ex, maybe even a celebrity. Sounds like advice, but what she's really saying is, you're not enough as you are. Comparisons are poison to attraction because they force you into competition with an imaginary standard. The more you try to chase her approval, the less attractive you become. Sometimes she does it unconsciously, sometimes it's deliberate, a way to keep you proving yourself. But the trap is the same. The moment you bend yourself to match another man, you stop being the prize. A woman who values you will encourage growth, not comparison. The second she tells you to be more like him, she's already lowering you in her eyes. Then comes the independence line, I don't need you. At first, it might sound strong, maybe even admirable. But in the context of a relationship, it carries a darker meaning, you're replaceable. Independence says, I can stand on my own, but I value you. Detachment says, you don't matter. Once she starts reminding you she doesn't need you, the appreciation fades. Decisions get made without you. Your presence feels optional. And when a man accepts being treated like an option, he slowly disappears in her world. A partner who truly cares will show independence without dismissing your value. If she's telling you she doesn't need you, what she's really saying is that she doesn't see you as essential in her life. Another phrase cuts even deeper, if you loved me, you would. It sounds like a request, but in reality, it's emotional blackmail. She's linking your love to her demands. Psychology calls this conditional affection, love used as a bargaining chip. The danger is subtle. At first, it's small favors. But soon it's big sacrifices. And the moment you start proving your love by jumping through hoops, you've already lost ground. Real love doesn't need constant proof. A woman who respects you won't test your feelings by making them conditional. She'll trust them. But when she says, "If you loved me, you would," what she's really saying is, "I want control, not connection." And finally, the phrase that inflates her value while shrinking yours: "You're lucky to have me." At first, it might sound playful, even confident. But beneath the surface, it reveals imbalance. She's putting herself on the pedestal while pushing you below it. True partnership doesn't thrive on superiority. Respect grows where both people feel grateful to have each other. But when one person constantly reminds the other how replaceable they are, the relationship is already leaning toward collapse. The truth is, the moment she believes she's the prize and you're just the pursuer, the dynamic shifts. Attraction fades. And you're left in a place where you're always trying to earn what should be mutual. Gentlemen, let me tell you this: love fades the moment respect dies. And once respect is gone, no amount of effort, no amount of proving, no amount of sacrifice will restore it. A woman can love you and still walk away. But she will never walk away from a man she truly respects. So if these phrases show up in your relationship, don't ignore them. They're not just red flags, they're alarms. They're warnings that the respect is fading. And without respect, there's no foundation left to build on. The longer you stay, the more damage you'll carry. Now I want you to think back. Have you ever heard these words said to you? How did you respond? Share your story, because your experience might be the wake-up call another man desperately needs. And stay tuned, because next time I'll reveal something most men have never been told: the hidden psychological tests women use on men, often without even realizing it. You think you've never been tested? Wait until you see what's really happening behind the scenes.